Well, if you ask a chemist, he'll tell you everything's chemistry. If you ask a mathematician, they'll tell you everything's mathematics. Order of addition. I like to add the acid as close to the final product as I can. Of all the ingredients that I'm putting in there, I like to put the preservatives first. If you're using chemical preservatives, sweeteners, functional ingredients, if you're adding mineral salts, if you're adding vitamins, if you're adding protein, I like to see all that going in. And then I like to see finally, oh, your hydrocolloids, definitely, because all of these things love to go into solution in a more neutral water system. I got a phone call one day from one of our customers, and they said, I need your help. We have got products spoiling right and left. Looked at the formula, it was right. So they start adding everything in there. They add their water into the tank, they throw their sugar in there, they throw their citric acid in there, and then they weigh out their sodium benzoate and threw it in on top of that. And I went, whoa, 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 what are you doing? And they said, we're putting the preservative in. I said, not now, you're not. Look what happens when you do that. So they tossed it in, and sure enough, it all kicked out up on top. And I said, now I can tell you why your beverages are spoiling, because you don't have any preservative in it. You have highly functional beverages being made today. Everything from specific kinds of proteins to build your muscles back after workout, during workout, pre-workout. And you want those to be fully bioavailable and functional in the human body as that product is consumed. Putting all those together in a beverage system can be quite a challenge.
Popular sports drinks traditionally have just been loaded with sugar. The push in the market now is as more research has come out to see balancing the sugar with electrolytes, with minerals, functional minerals and protein. So one thing that you can do as you drop the sugar is you can add something like a cellulose gum or a xanthan gum to add the mouthfeel back. So you can still swallow it quickly. You still have the same feel of a sports drink without all the extra sugar. There's also certain grades of xanthan gum that add transparency as well. So you can still have your functionality of either viscosity or suspension or both without adding any opacity to the drink.
Another trend in the beverage world is smoothies. They're becoming very, very popular nowadays.
When you reduce the sugar, obviously you're reducing the mouthfeel and viscosity. So you have things like xanthan gum and you have things like cellulose gum that you can put back into your mix to build viscosity. Mimic the viscosity of sugar without having all the added calories. That's a huge benefit. So now you're not having the calorie load of having all the sugar in the beverages, but you're still getting the experience, and you're still getting the sensory experience and the indulgence and the treat. Bottled frappuccinos, bottled cappuccino beverages, when all these things first hit the market several years ago, very full of sugar, full fat milk, cream, and that's how you were getting that wonderful indulgent viscosity. People still want that indulgent viscosity, but they don't want the calorie load anymore, and they don't want the fat. Two ingredients that you can use to mimic the fat in the system and still have your indulgence but not have the calorie load would be Simpless and also Splendid Pectin, which is a specialty pectin that provides fat mimetic mouthfeel.
These things have milk in them, they have protein in them from the milk, and that needs to be protected. So you can protect your beverage system down in the 5 pH range, and that's been a range that historically people have just totally avoided. So you can make a strong, strong bottle of dark coffee with a protein system in it down in the 5 pH range and still stabilize that product.
Very recently, I was working with a bar chef in Chicago on a project. He was trying to suspend fruit pieces in a white sangria without having everything fall down to the bottom like you would see in a traditional sangria. So he ended up looking at a low-acyl gellan gum, which provided all the suspension of the fruit pieces without adding any unneeded viscosity. So it was very drinkable, very refreshing, and very pleasant. People are not only going back to the liquid versions of the cocktails, they're making edible cocktails. So you're using texture modifications to make gels or spheres. You could create an alcohol gel using low-acyl gellan gum, which is very, very tolerant in alcohol. Take tequila and gel it and eat your tequila shot at room temperature, which would be very cool.
Maybe you want to add pineapple juice to your pina colada beverage, and you want that to look nice and uniform always, but unfortunately that pulp is going to want to settle down to the bottom. Maybe the coconut wants to settle down too, some of whatever you put in there. By using gellan gum, you can actually suspend the pulp of the pineapple juice so that it is uniform throughout, but when you drink it, there's no viscosity, no added mouthfeel, and it's almost like magic.
You know, every day is a new challenge. There's something new going on in the market, there's a new product you're trying to develop, there's a race to help your customer get to market before the other guy can, which is always really cool. How do you make something the best, the highest quality, make it look pretty in a bottle, and get it to market before your competitor? That's always very exciting, very challenging.
You actually want to deliver discovery to the consumer. They want to see, what are you going to show me? What's next? What's great out there? Collaboration with the right partner can lead to great success.